Originally, this video was going to talk about the issue with Syria, how the whole media is just immediately been pushing it off against Trump, just saying that he's abandoning the Kurds and that sort of thing. When obviously that's not true. All he is doing withdrawals. I actually mentioned it before in the previous video how we still have air and naval assets and of course spec ops. And let's not forget of the important thing of financing the Kurds. Actually, we're still financing them, and apparently withdrawing is an act of betrayal, despite still having all this. I know it's completely ridiculous, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about Lebron James. LeBron James. Oh man, now. Originally, I thought that meme was funny, but after this, it just disgusts me because LeBron James actually went so far as to criticize the Houston Rocket coach's tweets saying that he supported the Free Hong Kong protest. He specifically said, quote, "I don't want to get into a feud with Daryl Morey, but I believe he was educated on the subject at hand, and he spoke." Wow. Every passing day, as Hong Kong goes further and further into rebellion against the Communist Party, we see the hypocrisy. Or no, not only the hypocrisy, but also where these people's true loyalties lie. Because they don't really care about what's going on in Hong Kong, or basically any specific issue. This is the same guy that actually supports Colin Kaepernick in supposedly raising an issue that people didn't want to hear. In his own words, didn't want to hear, despite the fact that it became a very controversial thing, that it was disrespecting the flag, and he even went so far as to go anti-Trump, which, as we already know from history, the NFL took a deep hit as a result. I think they are somewhat recovering, but I cannot specifically comment on their situation. Although I would think that would be the case right now, especially with the backlash that it got. But now with the NBA going so far as to try to control their own teams, to try to bend the knee to Hong Kong, not to Hong Kong, to communist China, it's now raising this issue. It's really funny because a lot of YouTubers are actually saying that LeBron James is actually saying this because he doesn't think that it's going to hurt his market, which obviously is definitely where his loyalty is, because of how much China is sponsoring the NBA and how much money they're pushing into it, and that's why we have a lot of this crap that's been going on, not just with Blizzard or Disney, but with the NBA, with how they have been trying to silence people in the United States, over the situation in China. They have made so many human rights violations that I honestly cannot understand how this doesn't have enough attention. But now, I think as a result of LeBron James, and especially with all these other people coming out, to say that they're just criticizing Hong Kong, or the people who support him are uneducated and that sort of shit. People are now definitely talking about it. Because, well, for one, a lot of people do not like the idea of sports games involved in politics. Two, this shows how much influence China has on the United States. Three, again, like I said before, this only shows where their loyalties lie. They don't care about the real issue of Hong Kong attaining its freedom. A few people have actually died as a result of these oncoming protests. And with the new Communist Party birthday, I forget what day it is. I know it's sometime in October. I believe it's in a few days. Hold on. Let me see when that is. October Communist China Day. National Day. Okay. So it actually occurred on October 1st. So it already passed. Either way, this only shows how much people are bending the knee to China in our own country. This has gone on for far too long, and I think it's time that not only we should boycott the NBA, but we also send a direct message to China to continue to support the Hong Kong protests by any means, to expose this hypocrisy, to expose China's influence, and to do whatever it takes to expose their human rights violations that have occurred under their watch. Because let's be real, they have been, ever since the creation of the People's Republic of China in 1949, they have been involved in serious human rights violations and massive genocides that would make Hitler look like a pussy in comparison. We have had the Cultural Revolution, the Great Leap Forward, the situation with the Uyghurs, and now with the situation in Hong Kong. And that's just what I come up with at the top of my head. And apparently, a lot of the people that we supposedly look up to, like LeBron James, they don't care. They don't care at all. Which is sad, because for all of their talk about wanting to promote the issues of like Black Lives Matter and police brutality and stuff, they forget many of the major issues. Freedom for Hawkeye? Oh no, that's nothing. That's nothing. A lot of these, in fact, the protesters happen to be the ones who are causing a lot of the problems. It's never mind the fact that that police brutality is happening there in Hong Kong, as well as the Chinese Communist Party's military, the People's Liberation Army, is outside of Hong Kong, ready to move in at a moment's notice. I believe that the only reason why they haven't moved into Hong Kong yet is because they remember 1989, how that turned out with Tiananmen Square, and with Hong Kong basically connected to every part of the globe, and I would say would be a diamond, a jewel within the Pacific, due to its economic and political freedom as compared to mainland China. They don't want that coverage. But either way, it's just sad to see a lot of these people in the media deciding to not support these protesters who all they want is just who want their freedom of speech, want their sovereignty back, and just don't want China to interfere with them. This is part of the reason why I say I support the idea of Hong Kong's seceding from mainland China, because they have their own culture. What they have with that created the city even before it was even a part of China makes it incompatible with it to be assimilated into China. Which by the way, if they were to assimilate it right now, that would just only cause more violence. Not like it already has it anyway, but still. And it will only take generations upon generations for that thing to occur. And I'm wondering how long the Communist Party will last. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be... I'm not sure if it's going to be a generation or two. But then again... I could be totally wrong. Although, I have to say this. I have to admit the irony of this situation. How China how their move to take away the sponsors from the NBA is exposing the hypocrisy in our country, to expose China's authoritarian influence. Thank you, China, for only showing how much that you want to how much hypocrisy that you expose, as well as your own cultural and economic influence. I am pretty certain that LeBron James, even though he is one person, he is a major person. Although, yeah, he is just one person. It's going to raise a lot more issues as the time comes. I am pretty sure that there's going to be, sooner or later, if it hasn't started already, which I'm pretty sure to a small extent it has, that there will be a major backlash against the NBA and other companies as a result. There will be more ongoing support for Hong Kong. And who they have to blame for themselves? China partially, but they themselves have only themselves to blame, because they're the ones who are being very hypocritical and are not promoting the idea of freedom and democracy, which is so blatantly obvious in Hong Kong. That's all there. That's all that there is to it. All they have to blame is themselves for being complete hypocrites in the face of this major issue. And I'm willing to bet that America and her public is not going to take kindly to this situation. My name is Omi on the Arc Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share with your friends. Also, if you have any issues with how I frame my videos, or how I speak, or anything, or even any ideas about what issues you may think about that I should cover, please post them down in the comment section below, or directly message me. Thank you.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain.